In life, if you want to get to the truth, you have to look at the numbers. Unfortunately, 50% of all dogs over 10 years old will die of cancer, and the other 40 to 50% suffer miserably from skin issues or joint problems. And this is widely attributed to your dog's diet. These numbers are what inspired Dr. Dennis Black to create Ruff Greens. With thousands of testimonials and 5-star reviews every month, Ruff Greens is now the #1 all-natural dog supplement in America. They've helped millions of pups, like mine, stay active and be healthy. And your pup could be next. Fetch a free Jumpstart trial bag for your dog today. You just cover shipping. Go to ruffgreens.com. Just use promo code DISCO. That's RUFFGREENS.com. Promo code DISCO. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Ruff Greens. So Jey Uso is coming up. So they have the main event. And during the ring entrance, Jay's got his kid with him, which is just completely foreshadowing what's going to happen here, that Gunther's going to win, because the last time Gunther, who did they forget that Gunther wrestled Chad Gable with Chad Gable's kid at ringside and everything, and they did the exact same, bro, they did literally repeated an angle from a year ago.
Very good.
So
Very good point.
Right. So Jay, Gunther of course wins. It's a good match. These guys work actually good together because their styles are kind of they actually work well together, but I did not like this sequence at the end with the sleepers and I don't know. I'm not. It reminds me too much. Moxley's doing the choke out finish,
Right.
and AEW, and this looks like both these guys are just doing the same finish, and they're both like the champions. And I'd rather see it. I mean, what happened to him doing the power bomb?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the baby faces getting choked out. I'd prefer them to just get beat because,
Right.
you can always throw down the baby's face's face. Hey, you tapped out or you got your right. I choked you out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
What do you got there, Konnan? Is that the jersey? It's not
Washington Bullets, right?
I know, but is it Jordan?
Yeah. This is a great shirt because he played for the Wizards, but
Wizards, yeah.
But before the Wizards, it was the Washington Bullets, and I always liked this jersey.
Right. I can get
Gunther,
you to put this over real quick, though.
Gunther won, and they did on a digital thing afterwards.
Yeah,
they did a thing afterwards where he said when he won the title, he came back to the back, and you would think there'd be a lot of the boys would be there to congratulate you. He said everybody left. He said, but that's the way I want it. I don't need friends. I don't need stuff. Anything. I'm telling you what's going to be very interesting, and I'm wondering what the crowd is going to react, because Gunther is a heel, but he's been alone for a considerable amount of time now. He doesn't have the other guy with him cheating or anything. He's just a one-on-one, right? And he's actually been very respectful to his opponents when they beat him, and stuff like this. So he had his meltdown with McAfee and those, but then he wrestled Pat and he shook his hand afterwards. I'm gonna wonder what the crowd's gonna be like when Gunther now is doing his he has his title and he does his promo, and now he has the face off with the Rollins and Heyman's crew, and it's one guy with those four. I'm very interested to see what his verbiage would be, bro, because he could easily turn babyface with the right verbiage against those guys.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? What do you think of that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bro, every heel ends up being a babyface, and vice versa, right?
Right. Plus, he's got the bus.
Right.
He's like he's one of the faces of the companies doing the media. They like his talent.
Right, and people always love the fact that you get a heel is now a baby face. You're like,
right. Well, it's like he's on our side now.
Yeah.
Like we got this big badass on our side. Right.
You got to consider though the Goldberg return, and his retirement match is supposed to be with Gunther, right?
Yeah. So, who knows if that's even good.
But I mean, look at it that way though. Gunther beats him, in his retirement match, and Goldberg kind of puts him over, and that's a part of his babyface turn.
Right. But bro, you never know. What if the dude? Okay, it's Bill Goldberg's retirement match, right? But what if Gunther has a match here with Seth Rollins or somebody? Boom, and he hits a power bomb for the finish. Bro, here comes Goldberg and spears him. Rollins goes over, and then Goldberg, Paul Heyman, and Seth Rollins all stand with their hands over. And Goldberg's a heel he's a Paul Heyman guy going into their match with each other.
Yeah, that would be different.
I mean, I'm just saying them throwing things out there that you could, throw the monkey wrench. I just think it's going to be good TV when Gunther faces off with those three heels and Heyman. is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs, and there's more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played, with the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NHL, and UFC. And in between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino, all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino action. So BetOnline, the game starts here.
Real
You
quick,
know, because he's been good on the mic.
Real quick from both of you. Just so, what did you think of the match, Joe?
Oh, the match was really good. Yeah, those two guys have a great chemistry, and
What I loved about it is how they had the crowd in their hands, and all the the near falls, and how they got the people into the match without not having to do much, right? And that was very well done.
Yeah. Right.
And like you said, Gunther was really over. I think the people, just like they did with Fatu, they've already turned him, and the company will probably follow suit.
Right. They did not. This show was actually not bad because they did not have any wasted segments.
Right.
Like each segment they had involved a storyline that forwarded a storyline and continued something like, AJ and Gable. AJ afterwards talked about Heyman and stuff. They're like, and stuff. And the women, Roxanne winning, fed into the Dominic storyline with the Judgment Day. And we had the main event. They had what else is it? Lyra Valkyria. And
it's only 4 matches.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
They had Bailey.
The Bailey thing with Becky and that thing. Yeah, everything forwarded storylines coming out of the pay-per-view, which is solid writing.
Yeah, this was a good show.
Yeah. All right, so that's been our Raw review.
Boom.
By the way, I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what the numbers are, because they've been talking about the past couple weeks, the numbers have been down, even though NHL and NBA are in the playoffs, and that happens every year. But we just had a pay-per-view match on Netflix. So I'm interested to see what that number be. I'm assuming it's going to be higher.
It's not that down.
No, but it doesn't matter. That's the narrative.
Yeah, 2.7.
But that's the thing they're doing. Think about that though. Say they just do basically steady numbers, but then they have a couple-week drop where people are saying like, "Wow, this is the numbers are down." And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, we gotta amp up our TV. Let's put a title match on there. Let's give them something to get them back on track here. Which is they're not scared to do it all. Which is why they've never had a sustained deterioration of TV in the past 5 years.
The lowest number since Netflix is the 2.6 million global views, and the highest has been 3.6 million global. And in the last month or so, it's wavered around 3 million.
I know, but still, bro, everybody's still Dave, and I tried to explain this to Russo again the other day. I'm like, you guys need to understand the concept of collective media platforms and collective viewership on the product in a given week.
Sure. Because
their attendance is still selling out. So they're doing whatever they're doing is enough viewership to sell out the shows.
Right. Well,
so if it's not on Netflix, then it's on YouTube. Then it's not on YouTube, it's on Twitter and Facebook. There's all these other things.
If you're denying their success and popularity, you're a hater. Okay? Right. Because forget the fact that I worked there. Okay? Mm-hmm. Bro, both shows were sold out.
Right.
2 shows in one day.
Right.
And I went from one building to the other building, and they were both sold out.
Right.
And you look around, Disco, and all you see backstage from agents to the wrestlers are just stars.
Right.
Real professionals that know what they're doing, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And,
right.
Huh?
But let me make another point too, and this is what because when you get in the wrestling bubble and you get this, and you're so pigeonholed and get this tunnel vision directed towards what the television viewership is and stuff. Think about it like this: in a given week of the NFL, okay, it will do monster numbers. All right.
Right.
But if the games themselves are not that good and the scoring's down and something, bro, like the past couple of years, the same thing that happened in baseball. What happened when baseball viewership started going down? Okay. It's like it's going down because the games are too long. There's not enough runs. It's just whatever it was, and they try to change the rules.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that they're doing more. They put the extra runner on base in second inning, but in a given week, right, the games could stink. But bro, you watch the highlights each night. you can see incredible content. Bro, did you see this guy in the tech on the Oakland Athletics? What's the center fielder's name?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Pull
yeah,
that
yeah,
up.
yeah,
The
yeah,
guy
yeah.
that caught the ball jumping on the fence.
Yeah.
So that's
Clark.
3 weeks in a row. He's had the play of the week.
Right. Well, he
Everything-
runs into the wall.
So all you got to do, let's say say the score is 15-2. But if all you do is show everybody that clip and it gets views all over social media and everything, it's like, okay, they're still remaining relevant.
Yeah.
They're still popular. This guy's gaining popular. It's like, it's his viewership. You know
what I
So-
thought when he hit the wall? Because I go, thank God he wasn't
This is the preview.
playing back in our day, because there was no padding on the wall. You had to run right into it.
Right.
But either way, it was a hard bump.
Yeah, I've watched this like 10 times because I love the expression on the hitter's face too, and everybody's face.
Just reaching base. And this one to center field. Denzel Clark on the move back after he stepped towards home plate and makes another catch.
Oh my God!
Back
That's ridiculous.
Weeks where he wins the electric play of the week, and he's over.
You know why I love the hitter right there? Because he looks like Baker Mayfield, like after he throws an interception.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that look on his face, right?
Yeah.
He did. He looked like that looks like Baker Mayfield interception face,
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.